Then he talked about goal setting. Last week he talked on forgiveness. And this week I'm going to talk about finding your divine purpose. And I love it. I mean, because that is so cool. How many of you have found your divine purpose? All right, woo-hoo! I love you, and I'm all in all of you. So, even if you found it can still grow and change and transform because it's living, because you're living. I'm going to start with the questions that I asked myself. What is the purpose of my life? In 1999, I was at a crossroads in my life, and I asked that question. What is the purpose of my life? Why am I here on this planet Earth? What is mine to do? And over the last 15 years or so, I've begun to understand what my divine purpose is. In the beginning, it was kind of cloudy. I knew that my divine purpose was for me to grow and transform my life. So that's where I started, with my own personal growth and transformation. And as I did that, the universe opened and allowed me to expand and explore my life in miraculous ways that I didn't even dream were possible. But one thing I knew is that my teachings as a child here at Unity of Louisville was the foundation. And that's where I started. I went back to daily prayer and meditation. I connect with that source of God that is within me each and every day. And I ask the question, what is mine to do today? And I would just sit and listen. And I might not hear the answer. But as I live each day, paying attention 100% of the time, and that's really hard for me to do, those of you that know me, because I'm all over the place, trying to do 100,000 things at one time. But when I really pay attention, I see what is mine to do. I hear what is mine to do each and every day. And I follow that guidance. And there are times when I get sidetracked. An opportunity arises and I think, oh, that's really cool. I want to do that. And I do it for a while. And it doesn't make my heart sing. And I realize that that's not mine. That's somebody else's to do. And it's okay that I explored it because I learned and I grew as I was doing it. And then I go back to prayer. I go back to meditation. What is mine to do today? And I don't beat myself up because I took this other path. I just let it be and learn and grow. And as I do that, more arenas open and the field gets larger and larger. The playground is astonishing. But I have faith in God that I don't have to know any of it. It's not mine to know the how. It's not mine to know the why. It's mine to just be and do what is mine in my heart that is fun, that makes me sing, gives me pleasure and joy each and every moment. That's mine to do. That's my divine purpose. And so, as I learned, mine is to grow and transform myself. And I also get to mentor others to grow and transform. And I had no clue that that's what my divine purpose was. I had no clue. And that would have scared me if 15 years ago I would have been aware that was what is to do. That would have scared me. I would have never done anything. I would have sat in my little house and just do the daily task of laundry, going to the grocery, doing whatever is on my checklist, taking the kids to soccer practice, taking the kids to swimming, whatever it is that was my daily task, that's all I would have done. If I would have been enlightened 15 years ago that my divine purpose is to grow and transform my life and to help others do that same thing. Because that's scary. It still scares me. And there are times when I look and say, I don't know about this. I don't know how we're going to do this. And that's when I go back in faith and believe that God has all the answers. I don't have to have it. I just have to be willing to do what I'd like to do. And I know most of us do that. We do it on a daily basis. We work hard, doing our endless tasks. We go to work, which may or may not be our divine purpose. I'm lucky. I get to work at what mine is to do. Not only here at Unity Louisville, but out in the community. To engage other people in their own growth process and transformation of their lives and the lives of their families. And sometimes that's scary, but I do it anyways. Every week I show up at the Resilient Families Project and I do whatever I'm guided to do. And I share whatever I'm guided to share. And it may not be that lesson plan or that talk that I have written. It's going to be whatever God says, this is why you're really here. This is what today's really about. And that's what I do. You know, there are a lot of ordinary people sitting in this room that are living their life purposes. You're having fun. You're prospering. There are great leaders that have gone before us, Gandhi, Mother Teresa. And there's this guy named Leo Letterman. In 1988, he was a Nobel Peace Prize winner in physics because he coined the phrase God particle to describe the Higgs-Boson project. And recently, at the age of 92, he sold his gold medal for $765,000 because he said, I was just collecting dust. And I thought, well, let me see what I can get for it. And they offered him $765,000, and he took it so that he can continue to live his passionate life in prosperity and abundance. And that's what it's really all about. He had fun working on this project, and now, age 92, he continues to have fun and be prosperous. But at 92, I can be that prosperous. And in my limited perspective, he is living his divine purpose and the laws of prosperity. Everyone who I mentioned has clarity. And that's hard for me sometimes to have clarity. But it's really important in order for us to do what we need to do. To know our divine purpose. And to embrace it. Embrace who we are. How many of you embrace who you are on a daily basis? Okay, everybody raise their hand. We are going to embrace ourselves every day. Can you say that with me? I am going to embrace myself every day. Be who you are. And love who you are. Be passionate about your gifts, your talents. It may be that you're a teacher and that's your gifts. Embrace it. Be that 100% of the time. Always know and listen. And that listening part's hard for me because I tune people out. But I took classes on compassionate listening. And I teach compassionate listening because I still need to learn it. So that I'm listening 100% of the time to other people. So that I'm not locking them out. So whatever it is that you need to learn in order to grow, do it. Take the class. Go back to school. Be a part of a neighborhood association. Be a part of Compassionate Louisville or some other organization that makes your heart sing. Whatever it is. Volunteer somewhere that makes you sing. Lend a helping hand to somebody. Whatever it is, it can be the simplest of things. It doesn't have to, you don't have to be a Nobel Peace Prize winner. You just got to be you. That's all you have to do is be you. Edwin Gaines in her book, The 4 Laws of Prosperity, quotes, "Am I willing to define, embrace, and hold fast to my divine purpose? Prayerfully, persistently, and patiently." I love that quote, that question. Am I willing to define, embrace, and hold fast to my divine purpose? Prayerfully, persistently, and patiently. If the answer is yes, then nothing is impossible. The universe opens up 100% of the time and aligns with you as you embrace your divine purpose. I know it's scary, but it's the truth. The universe will align and open doors that you never thought possible. Your divine purpose is about living your life 100% of the time, being awake and aware. It's not about the goals and the checklist. It is your life, and it grows with you as you work. It is your spiritual journey. We don't always recognize it as our life purpose, but it is your spiritual journey. And how can you find it? Like I said, you begin by looking within. And then you look at the world around you through your lenses, whatever it is that you see in your immediate world, and you notice things. You notice the challenges. You notice the issues in the world. You notice the problems, whatever it is, where you see healing, where you see that you can make a difference. And that's what you do. That's where you start. What makes your heart sing? If it doesn't feel like fun, don't do it. Stop, regroup, and start again. Because it is fun. Your divine purpose is so much fun. And when you see those things, your heart sings, you're on that right path, you have great joy, then the prosperity of the universe opens. And prosperity is in relationships. It is in our finances. It is all of our life, unfolding magnificently. It's about being real, it's about being authentic, and about living life to the fullest. So my purpose is to grow and transform myself, and then mentor others to grow and transform their own lives. 100% commitment, a clear vision, of what it is that you see. So sit down, go to the quiet, go take a day, go to the woods, whatever connection you need to yourself, and visualize what it is. Write it down. Write down what it looks like if it's transformed and complete. So whatever the issue is that you saw in the world, whatever healing, whatever part you're playing, write it down. See it transformed in your heart and in your eyes. And then know what you need to do. I went back to school for a while. I went back to graduate school. And that opened all kinds of doors that I never thought possible. And that was mine to do. I needed to grow personally. I needed to learn. Not everybody needs to go back to school. Maybe you need to learn a foreign language. Maybe you just need time to yourself. So maybe you need to create some space in your life. Whatever it is, look at it. Read books. Research the issue, the challenge, whatever it is that you want to participate in, so that you know your part in it. Then figure out what your first step is. And are you willing to take it? So that first step can be the hardest one. Well, remember the movie Indiana Jones, and he goes out to step, and there's nothing there, and all of a sudden, the road appears. When you take that first step, there'll be the support there that you need. I guarantee you, 100% of the time, you're not going to fall. You're not going to fail. Because the heart's singing, and you're connected to the source. We're not here to live, pay taxes, and die, which is what the motto is that we hear quite often. We're here to discover and demonstrate our own divinity. We all have this inner guidance system. I like to call it my guiding purpose system. That's my GPS, which helps me find the joy in my everyday living and in my life. Sometimes it's planting flowers. Sometimes my purpose for the day is to go work in my garden. And maybe that's your life purpose, to bring beauty to the world through gardening. Maybe it's building bridges so that we can all be this mobile community that we love to be in. Maybe it's painting or writing or teaching. Whatever it is, follow your joy. Music, the musicians, follow your joy. There is this thing that I've learned in Unity, and I use it quite often. Sometimes we gotta let go and let go. So embrace that. It works. If it doesn't feel right, let it go. And let God guide you wherever you're going on whatever path. It's always there. You are here on a mission, so be okay with who you are. Bless those who don't understand you. And when you grow and change, people aren't going to like it. And that's okay. We still get to grow and change. We don't have to stay the same. We get to be whoever we came here to be. Take responsibility for your life. You're not a victim here. You are a great spiritual being, put here for a divine purpose. Show up and be who you are. Once you start to discover your divine purpose, the universe will grow, and you will grow, and bloom and blossom. Turn within and bring it forward into the world. We're ready. We're waiting for you to live your divine purpose, to live your life's journey. Because you're a blessing to yourself and to the world.